Lifestyle's everything outside. Just bush, beach, in the garden, in the water, just anything adventurous. Just want to be all over the shop all at once. Just want to be everywhere and doing everything, just having as much fun as I can. I think it's mainly telling a story of who I am, who I really aspire to be as well. Someone I look up to with a lot of motivation and a lot of jazz in them and stuff like that. I've been outside in the garden all my life. I was doing gardening before I was a diver, and so there's a lot of florals on there. You've got the manta ray and the shark, which I've always aspired to be like a shark. You just want to be as strong and as fearless as a shark sort of thing. I still don't know what I want to do. I've still got no idea. Just sort of followed the path that I had, sort of led into gardening and outdoor work, and then I always grew up around Dad, and he would always be snorkeling and freediving, and I'd always go out with him. He could always hold his breath longer than me, and I was always jealous. And one day I just thought, how can I stay underwater longer than him? And the idea was to scuba dive, and I started, and I never stopped since the first day. I think it would always be an addiction. I've always been obsessed with the underwater world. I never thought it would turn into a career. I always doubted myself and never thought I could actually be as good as the instructors that taught me. And then with all of their help and all of their push, I realised that maybe I can actually do this and actually do have a spot in this world as a person who can live underwater half their time. It's the freeing feeling again, adrenaline, wanting to go fast, but it's also just an escape from everything, from the real world. It's like scuba diving, you just escape with each one. Very different but very similar. The motorbike's loud and fast and can be scary, and the diving's slow and peaceful and sometimes very cold. But they both just sort of connect each other with escaping from people for a while and escaping from your thoughts and feeling that adrenaline rush and just breathing and letting go of everything that then and there.
We are gonna check out Whale Beach. We were gonna check out North Avalon. After looking at that, the swell's hitting the point really hard and it's pumping. So we're not gonna have an enjoyable dive there, so we're gonna see what's around the corner.
I think one of the main turning points is when you have a disaster underwater. When something happens and the instructor or dive master in front of you isn't looking, and then you have to deal with that person by yourself when you're not qualified. And then when you actually do find a solution to the problem and you realise that, hey, I actually do know more than I think I do, maybe I can actually help other people with their issues and problems and actually guide people, have a safe dive with everyone amongst me and look after them. There's this immense feeling of weightlessness and just floating, and you're in the underwater world. You're not just watching it on TV. You're in it, you're experiencing it. You pretty much feel like a fish. You feel like there's no one else in the entire world experiencing the exact vision that you're looking at right then and there. And it's just quiet and there's no one but you. There's such a peaceful feeling of just being underwater. I would love to be an instructor, just seeing everyone have that first smile on their face and watching it click in their head. Watching it click and actually them realising that this is so good, them being able to figure all the gear out by themselves and everything like that, and actually being in the moment without having to stress out about what they're doing and just being able to do it naturally. When it comes to them, you see the light in their eyes and how much fun they're having underwater and how they're really, really enjoying it. And then you get back on the surface and it's the best experience after a good dive when everyone's just so ecstatic about how awesome it was. And you get to share it all together. Everything slips away as soon as you get under the surface and it's just quiet. And then when you come back up and you surface, I think it stays there for a good couple of hours. You go home, you're stoked, you're really chill, you feel like you've been on something. It's a really good experience. Almost can't explain it and can't force people to want to do it, because I've tried forcing my friends to do it and they're not interested. But I think if people are on the edge, there's just no other feeling like it. You're underwater, you're under there for 40 minutes to an hour, if not more. You're you're part of a fish. You are literally a fish underwater, and you're experiencing all of those sounds and things that no one else is seeing with you, all these different animals that you're a part of. It's unbelievable. You can do little swim throughs and go over rocks, and you feel like you're skydiving as you leap over edges. Just being underwater, it's the best experience. You feel like you're flying and floating and swimming all at once. And just being amongst everything is just the coolest thing.